evening, ladies and gentlemen. We're back again. Episode 16. Is this season 2 or we're just going to continue?
We're just going to continue.
I look at continue.
Yeah, nah, because
if you understand, you understand.
if we have to put extra season 2 now, it's going to be long. More work, more back-end work. So let's keep it simple.
But our producer does not have job, so
we do.
We might as well just give him the job to
Episode 16, guys.
Yes.
And we have a very special human being to be with us today. This guy has one big mouth on Twitter.
Mr. Twitter troublemaker. That's what I call him.
Bruv, huh? Is the Baba Jude.
He's always abusing. No, your intro has not finished. Is either abusing a girl today because of height, weight, size, or is abusing Trump? Okay. We all agree. No. To be honest, this guy is proper BigLoudMouth.
Proper.
That's why I don't abuse anyone. They abuse me, so I abuse them back. So self-defense.
Famous beef. This guy beef Bobrisky. The guy beef Bobrisky. No, I can't forget that.
I have mad beef with Bobrisky. If you don't know,
even me, I saw it. I was like, no, we haven't spoken to you yet. So you have to calm down.
Yeah.
This is where we grill you.
I
first.
know. He goes by the name of Don Jide.
Don Baba J.
Don _Jids.
Okay.
The guy's even announcing his
No, man.
And follow me on Insta, J1DZ. So Jids with a 1. So go plug yourself.
Yeah, we'll plug you. Don't worry.
I'm not going to plug him.
Okay, skip that part. Skip that part. Pause. So, before we actually dive into today's podcast, can you tell us about your famous beef with Bobrisky?
So basically, I need to clear my throat for this, but what happened was he was meant to be at North Pole in Greenwich, right? And then he was charging people £20 to go North Pole to come and see Bobrisky. So I'm like, people are mad. So I tweeted that imagine paying £20 to go and see Bobrisky in North Pole. Then this bastard now quote-tweeted me. Whatever he said to me about I'm not making money or I'm broke or some shit like that.
Yeah.
But what he said wasn't even that funny, but it's the fact that it's Bobrisky quote-tweeting me and firing back.
And you're quite popular on Twitter as well.
So it exacerbated the whole situation.
Because I think someone said, how can you let Bobrisky get onto you?
Yeah. Okay, you cannot beef a gay man. You cannot.
You cannot. You cannot.
Listen, I'm sorry.
He's on his ones.
No. Jokes aside.
What did you say? You can't.
You cannot beef a gay man on Twitter.
That's our tag. You can't beef a gay man.
You can't beef a gay man on Twitter. It's like beefing a woman as well. It's like it's lose-lose.
All right. See, look, I like how you rewinded
there's
that.
one thing
that's what
about
I
you
meant.
there, when he goes at people, it's kind of like very PC kind of way. Politically correct, but you know when there's like,
Shot
there's
fired.
like, but I think to be honest with you, there was a time when Twitter first came out and people were like, if people get onto you, people just block.
Savage.
Yeah,
man.
they block their Twitter, they delete it. But one thing you have is consistency, man.
Yeah, I'm myself.
May, my God, you are consistent.
Yeah, I'm myself.
Like someone will get onto you, like, and it's not the first time, like, someone's like screenshot whatever you tweet and it's gone viral. But your consistency, man, I would have given up long time.
Yeah,
ago.
That's one of the reasons why I don't have Twitter. One of the reasons, because the fact that he's so elegant with it. I know me, I can cuss till my father comes home.
Yeah.
But just like, let me just keep the stuff that I have to say in my head. And you just leave it.
I need to learn that. I need to learn how to keep shit in my head and not say.
You just have to, man. You just have to.
You got them Twitter fingers, man.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I do.
Itching.
That shit's off safety, man. It's off safety.
Big 4-4, no safety. Please, the street is not calling me.
The streets are calling me, man.
I'm not involved.
But do you know what? This whole podcast thing, is about talking about serious issues as well. Before we actually dive into the main topic of today, which we're going to update you guys in a few minutes. In terms of politics, what is your understanding about what's going on in the world right now? Most especially this joint attack on Syria.
Okay, what I understand about the Syrian situation is a couple of days ago, there was a supposed chemical attack which was launched by Assad, supposedly. That's the word that has to be used here. So, but according to reports, again, supposedly, Assad has been launching over 20 chemical attacks. And listen, I'm not going to say that he doesn't have chemical weapons. He does.
Yeah.
But the problem here is, it's become... the attack that's happened has become intertwined with the attack on the Russian spy that happened here. So because of that, that is where, because Britain wants Russia to be punished for what they did. And Russia are like, they don't rate Britain. They don't rate us at all.
Yeah.
So they are backing Assad to the fullest. Like, that's him. So the West are now using this supposed chemical attack as a reason to get at Russia. That's why I feel that's part of it. But personally, I do think maybe he did something. I'm not too sure. I'm not 100% privy. The argument against him doing something is he's currently winning the war.
Yeah.
So why would he launch chemical attacks if you're winning the war?
And I think it'd be even
which makes sense. But if the thing about politics and all this, I call it jockstrapping, because they're not really doing anything. When you do economic sanctions, for example, when they did the economic sanctions on Russia, it done nothing.
Yeah.
They didn't really care. There's two ways to try and make your political rivals real.
Yeah.
Through economic terms or military. Yeah. Economics has been
Put
done.
your lips on the mic, bro.
Okay. through economic terms or military. Man wants me to be lips in mic.
In the middle of a serious conversation.
He wants me to be lips in the mic. Like I'm lips in babes. My guy. But
what did Nigeria do to you guys?
honestly, it killed us, man. It was lovely. It was lovely, man. But yeah, so the economic options have been exhausted. Syria and Russia are not feeling anything. So now it's military. So with Trump's under pressure to be like this world leader. Everyone hates him. So he feels like, okay, let me ease everyone's idea of me by doing what everyone wants me to do, which is be united with France, with Britain, whatever.
Sorry to cut you, because that speech he gave didn't even look convincing.
Man, that guy, Trump is a Twitter nigga, man. Trump is me in the White House. Trump is me in the White House. This guy will freaking tweet what...
I am getting so many tags. It's unbelievable.
Trump will tweet what he's going to do.
Yeah.
And then go and do it. Like, he will tweet his policies. Who the hell tweets their policies before they execute them? The guy is mad. So... now they've launched the attack on the supposed chemical weapons stations or whatever. But what everyone's worried about is potentially fake news, because what you're doing is there's always casualties in wars, no matter what happens. When you launch those attacks, there will be civilian casualties. So people are going to die from these attacks, which has already happened.
So that's my issue with this whole thing is that, hold on, they're bombing Syria because Assad was bombing Syria. So it's like...
makes no sense.
You guys
do you know one thing I read as well that has nothing to do with this, whole, Russia being punished and stuff is, apparently, I think a few years ago, a Qatari billionaire or whatever, conglomerate, whatever, bidded $10 billion to run a pipeline all the way from, I think, Iran or Iraq, all the way past Syria into Europe and Saudi and whatever. And it's being done through Gazprom. You know Gazprom, Champions League, whatever, a Russian tycoon company or whatever for oil magnates. And there's a part in Syria where how Qatar wants to run it and how the rest of Europe supposedly want to run it will intersect at a certain point. And that's why they're fighting. So they might say Assad is launching chemical bits, because I think it would be callous of you for a country that's already torn apart. For you to still then further kill the people. This is where I don't connect it.
Yeah, but I think what you're saying is that's the thing with politics. Remember, we also talk about this whole democracy and whatnot.
Democracy is bullshit.
It's becoming a joke the older we get.
It's not becoming a joke. It's just being abused. It's been overly abused.
It's always abused.
It's becoming Nigerian politics. Like, you can read through the lines now. Like, there was before where...
Nothing past Nigerian politics.
Nothing
past Nigerian politics.
Hey, by the way, we were talking about snake in the monkey shadow the other day, yeah? In Brazil, they just arrested some police officers. Apparently, a rat was eating half of marijuana in the storage. Let's not even go there today.
Even that, did you see that woman that got arrested and she blamed the wind? The wind blew cocaine onto her lap.
Yeah.
That's
What?
down.
Yeah.
That's straight down.
Come on, man. Typhoon happened now.
He said typhoon. The
Typhoon, they happen and you're blowing.
and blow the wind of cocaine to our
See, so Nigeria is not the only bad country.
Listen, corruption's
mad.
corruption,
It's
man.
mad.
But talking about this serial thing, yeah, it's becoming a, I don't know, and what you tend to get now is people are not even really paying attention to it anymore, because it's like they're just fighting their own war. They're doing what, and we have two so-called free world leaders in Theresa May and Donald Trump who people don't take them seriously.
The thing is, Theresa May is not a world leader. Like, Britain has lost its position as a world leader years ago. Forget about Britain. The world leaders are Trump, Putin, and Xi Jinping, which is the Chinese one. Those are the free world leaders.
The guy buying Africa.
Yeah, the guy taking the
back
bastard.
Oh, man.
But anyway, those are the three guys that are the world leaders. Obviously, because USA are still number one, Trump is still technically number one, right? So anything that Theresa May or says she wants to do, she has to go through Trump.
That's why it's a joint attack.
Yeah.
And he's the one announcing it.
Yeah. That's
But
it.
would that not be a way of Britain trying to say, like, we're not 100% into it?
No.
We're
Britain are
coerced
into it. But
or...
the problem is, if Britain do it without US backing, Britain's fucked. Britain's fucked. We're not that guy. Theresa May can't launch an attack. Britain can't do anything on a global, because the only people that can protect Britain is US.
The way I look at it is, like, I feel like Britain might be using US as a backup cover. Like, if shit hits the fan...
No.
Okay, maybe that's my own thought anyway.
When Russia killed their spy, or when the Russian spy died here, Britain were...
Oh, is the guy finally dead now?
Yeah. Whatever's happening, he's gonna die, man.
Oh, okay.
the guys, them niggas don't miss, man. Are you mad? They poisoned you. You think they're not gonna make sure you're dead? You know, that guy is finished, man.
He called his death. They said he's going to die anyway.
He's gone, man. But listen, they did the attack.
Yeah.
Britain were like, oh my God, nothing happened. Then they put pressure on Trump. They're like, yo, you're meant to be our special relationship.
Yeah.
You're meant to be our big brother. Like,
yeah.
back us. Then Trump said, you know what? Russian diplomats, fuck off. Get out of my country. That happened, then France followed suit, then Britain followed suit.
But you know, France have a very big stake in the fact that Sarkozy actually took money off Gaddafi to run for his election.
There's loads of...
No, I'm saying it's all intertwined, you know?
Everyone's got their hands in
different pockets.
Everyone's got their hands in it. But my thing about this whole attack, like, I don't care about the intricacies of it. What I care about is it's a catch-22. We've seen the Western intervention in the Middle East has not worked. We've seen that. And it's right now, the attack is you're either doing two things. You're making a situation that's already bad worse. Or if you do nothing, you're basically saying Russia and Syria can do whatever they want and get away with it. That's why it's a catch-22.
Yeah.
So it's either there's consequences for your actions, or you do nothing, there's no consequences for your actions, and your opponents, because that's what they are, can maneuver the international stage freely as they want. Yeah. That's why it's peak. Politics is very, very...
It's a game.
It's a game, it is.
It's a game.
You have to play the game well. And right now, the guy that I reckon is playing it the best is Putin's playing it really well. Putin, I was going to say the Chinese guy, because he's not involved in any beef.
Oh, before you know it, Lagos will be called champion.
The reason I don't give the Chinese guy that credit.
I don't rate him.
The only reason I don't rate, because I know that if the world was to piss off Putin, he's ready to go.
Yeah, he's ready for
He's ready to go.
Yeah. Putin's on
because he's got some deadly allies, isn't it?
They're not ready to go because they have a lot of investments. They're making a lot of investments that hasn't really come to fruition. So they're just biding their time, right? But Putin is ready to go anytime. He's ready to go.
What if you guys wake up one day and they say Lagos is now called champion?
It's calm, innit?
What?
I'm out from Lagos.
Here we go. Here we go. They still have their statue here in London.
Are you people drunk?
They still have your statue here in London. Oh, you're about talk pay. Everything's in London Museum.
All your artifacts, they still have them.
Right.
But anyway, it's always good to have, like, you know, an insight. You know, like I always say, for us on this show is to break the complex part of politics down. And I know you do talk about things like that on Twitter, which is very insightful, you know, and sharing in person is actually even a lot more insightful than
tweeting.
Than
Yeah,
tweeting
of
it.
course.
You get more than 140 characters now or something.
280, man.
Yes,
280. We still abuse them, man. We got to know the limits now. I mean, but all I'm saying is that politics is a game. Everyone's got their own self-interest. Syria is a strategic position for Russia.
Of course, it's for everybody.
For everyone, really.
For everyone.
That's why Russia currently have control over it, and that's why they want to maintain that. If Assad gets overthrown, then it's all in the air.
Yeah.
But I always say this. Why do the West feel like they're democracy? Which is bullshit. Democracy to me is bullshit. It's one of the most flawed...
Jide, don't get us started. We said, listen, there'll be a different segment.
That's fine.
There will be a different segment. We're actually going to invite you on.
But let me throw that out there before... democracy is one of the most flawed systems out there. Pure democracy, that is, which is no one practices it. But anyway, it's one of the most flawed. Brexit's already shown how flawed democracy really is. But anyway...
So should Buhari win again?
No, listen, but that one is supposed to be democracy now. You see what happened? What I'm saying is that the fact that everyone has their own self-interest they're trying to fulfill, you're going to have a situation where there's going to be proxy wars, which is what's happening. Britain and America are arming the so-called rebels to fight against Assad, while Russia is arming Assad to fight against the rebels. So you're going to have all these little... It's just a mess.
You do know there's only one winner, right?
The winner is...
the international arms dealer.
Oh, yeah, of course, man.
They're smiling to the bank.
I think they get a cut. I don't think they do.
A cut?
They do get a cut.
Dude, are you joking? A cut?
Okay, well, compared to the actual... For instance...
Individuals, I'm talking about individuals,
okay,
you know.
individuals, yeah, I get you. Yeah, I agree with you on that.
Please don't talk about democracy today, because I'm
begging
you.
I wouldn't.
I'm just throwing it out there because I want people to realize that. Listen, I prefer, is the best out of the bad systems we have, but we've made it so flawed because, like, I could go through. Man.
It's like choosing between Buhari and Jonathan.
Basically.
Not really. Not
it is. Let me tell you how bad...
was way better than Buhari.
Okay,
let me tell you how bad...
Let's not talk
Let me tell you
about
how bad democracy is, for example. Look at America. I'll just use them as an example. Democracy oppresses the minorities in whatever constitution or institution they are. America, for 400 years, democracy. People have voted against Black American rights. That is democracy. Yeah. So if anyone's saying that's not democracy, that is democracy. Yeah. You're voting against to oppress a group of people. Democracy, or not, again, is people are saying, okay, rich people, just because you're rich. This is around the world. Just because you're rich, I want your money. I want what you have. Not because I want to work for it, I just want it. I don't like the fact that you're rich.
Yeah.
So they can come together. That's mob justice. They will come together and they will make a force and take what you have. That is happening. Hence
why there's a political party who looks after the rich. After the pocket.
That is representative democracy. That's what we supposedly have.
That's what we have in the UK.
So, yeah, again. But anyway, I don't want to get into that. I'm not saying I'm a dictator. I'm up for dictatorship. Like I said, democracy is the best we have of bad systems. I think what should happen is, it will sound very elitist, but the intelligent population should be the ones to dictate the best interest for the people. That's what I believe. But
yeah, it's sort of like Nigeria. In Nigeria, people who did not go to school are the ones that are ruling the country.
I personally agree. But hey,
but that is anyway. We'll come back to it.
We'll come back to that.
That's a
different day.
I don't want to go into that.
Not today. Not today.
I'm itching.
You know, he's been itching to talk about politics. Democracy.
I'm on it.
He was like, people are not going to like me if I talk about this.
Listen, I've got so much. My criticism of democracy is plenty, man. I've got loads. I've got so many examples.
All right, we have to fix a date. It's a date. It's a date. No homo. It's a date.
On that note, though, there's been this huge plague that's been plaguing our system, and I see you mentioned a few things during the week about black men don't cheat.
Oh, we're going into the social construct of the podcast now.
Hey, okay. We ain't go there.
Just like that? Jide, are you ready?
You know, and I know that you've been a strong advait of this black men don't cheat.
This is the part where I just nod my head now.
So I can cheat.
So, you know,
hashtag we know they cheat.
Man.
So obviously that's been this whole situation, especially with Tristan which we'll just like to say.
Okay, I'll talk about that one.
I
wanted to sit out.
He's a free man.
Yeah, you know what I mean? With Tristan's situation.
Tristan has done nothing wrong.
Hey.
Okay, let
us land.
No. I don't want to hang anymore. I just want to carry on what you just said about Tristan hasn't done anything wrong.
Okay.
Especially from the community that we 4 belong to.
Black men don't cheat.
As
a black man don't cheat member, you have to listen. At first, when I saw the video, I was like, "Damn, Tristan, you've let us down." But he's under duress. Hey. Listen. You have to analyze what is going on. Oh, listen, guys. What person listen. What person that
under duress? Wait.
What person that
define duress?
Listen. What person do you know that cheats? Looks dead in the eye of the paparazzi camera so they can snap him. That's someone crying for help. They're like, save me. I don't want to make it obvious. They don't want to make it obvious. That's what I'm saying, save me.
Do you know what, yeah? In a way, I slightly agree with what you're saying. I tell you why I agree with what you're saying.
Thunder fire you for
I tell you why I slightly agree with what Jude's saying. Because, did you watch the video that TMZ put out?
Man was in the club.
Yeah, but do you know what?
Tried to finesse 3 women.
No, he wasn't.
One was off the camera, 2 were on camera.
It was a crime.
And he was telling that one, you kiss me. You let me put my head here.
No. You didn't see what I saw. You did not see. That was a sexual assault. I'm telling you.
Tell him.
I'm telling you that was sexual assault.
Sexual assault.
Now, I agree what you're saying to extent that it was almost a cry for help. Because you see the way the women grabbed it. Yeah. They grabbed man's head, put it on the chest like he was consenting.
What if he was requesting?
This is mouthful. Listen, the woman that you're saying that's off camera, my heart gone.
That's what I'm saying. He's a victim of his wealth.
You know, man grabbed this.
Not him.
And then, he grabbed it first like,
you didn't see him. No, bro, go watch it again. You see the girl here, they sexually abused him.
Yeah.
Ade, am I the only person? Are you not going to join me in this corner?
No, I understand when Judas come for that. It does look like it was a cry for help.
It was a cry
What, from the Kardashians? Like, because they mess up everybody else.
No, but I'm just saying,
cry for help.
Don't know.
Look at his body language.
Oh my God.
Somebody that was enjoying what he was doing.
There we go.
But this is my point. The guy's been there before.
Who told you? Were you there with him?
No, with the pregnant girlfriend that he left for
Chloe.
Kim's sister. Chloe.
When they banged Juju for his head.
So wait. Man even put Juju in there.
But let's go on.
What? Is it today that they begin Juju?
My thing is, I don't know why anyone is even shocked that this happened.
Oh yeah.
He's already shown that he's capable of doing something like that.
Coming from the hashtag Black Men Don't Cheat, I'm a bit shocked.
I'm very shocked.
Because of what we all stand for. And
wait, are you guys joking that black men don't cheat, or is it serious?
Okay, Nigerians don't cheat. Do you cheat?
I don't cheat.
Exactly. I don't cheat.
I don't cheat. So therefore, conclusion in this room: hashtag
Black Men Don't Cheat. Do you understand?
Except you like to tell us something else that's contrary to this conversation.
You cannot speak for the masses, though.
Oh.
Okay. So in this vicinity of
black men don't cheat here.
Where we're in, right? I'm using that as the population of black men don't cheat. So it's
of this room.
It's a surprise being a fellow faithful member for the last 28 years, right?
Wow.
To then see a brother like that fall from grace. Right? So for me, it's a surprise because
I am dumbfounded. The way you should be a lawyer. The way you're defending, go on.
No, I'm not defending him. I'm saying that I can see where Jude's coming from because when I looked at it, I was like, this is sexual assault.
Fam, you know there's a tiny video of him back sharing the girl.
Were you there? What makes you think?
What do you know that was his video? Was that him? Any babe can drop video. You can drop video now.
I'm running back.
You can drop video.
You know what? I'm actually convinced. Wait, are you guys serious?
Listen. Like, all I can say is, babe is very fine.
Yeah.
She's very fine.
Listen, what I'm trying to say is that he's a victim. This guy, you have to look at Tristan is a victim of the society that he's in.
Yeah.
It's not his fault.
The fact that he's a basketballer.
Exactly.
He's rich.
He's a multi-millionaire.
Young black man. How old is he? 25, 27?
Can I ask you a question?
Young, go.
Chloe, in 1 day, 2 days after, said she's forgiving him for cheating.
Yeah.
What? If you cheated, let's be honest, how many guys that we know, white men that we know that have cheated, that their girlfriends, before they forgive them, it takes weeks, months, they cry, they moan. This girl has come out and said, no, I forgive you 2 days. Because she knows it didn't do it.
You know the term white people shit. So white people shit. A black woman will let you know.
Listen, guys.
A black woman will let you know.
Guys, don't bring our sisters into it because you have to understand.
Oh, but wait. This guy tried to set me up. If I don't bring our sisters, don't use the word sisters.
Yeah, it's our sisters.
Our queens.
Our queens. Yeah,
we love you, our queens.
We love you, queens.
We love you too.
Oh, wow.
No, but you have to understand that it's a different concept because of a lot of our sisters understand majority of the time.
Is this thing still recorded?
The hardship that we go through as young men, kings of our sphere of influence. They understand that very well. So for most black women, they're like, hold on, let me beat you first and then assess the situation. Right? So I feel like Tristan, we're not giving him his due course. We're not giving him his due course to understand that, if you look at the tapes, this is not somebody that's enjoying what he's doing.
He stared at the camera.
Yeah. Like, okay, this is not somebody that's in the thrill, that's like enjoying the thrill of misbehaving. This is somebody that needs help. This is somebody that's suffering from the pressure of constantly playing number 3 to LeBron. Right? It's somebody that's struggling of constantly being the bottom when he's been raised to be a king. So now he's been pressured by society, and that the woman that he's apparently supposed to be faithful with, isn't allowing him to exercise his dominance feature as a man, as a black man, most importantly. And
apparently she smells like earring back.
What? Bro.
That's what the rumor is. Lamar Odom said said a box smells like earring back. So and see,
mad.
That's what I'm saying. Like,
mad.
I can't verify that, right?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
So forget Tristan Thompson. Okay. Why do you think black men don't cheat?
Because look at LeBron James. 18 years with his woman, not cheated once. That's King James.
Look at
Kobe Bryant.
Wait, Will Smith. Exactly.
Kobe
20
Bryant.
20 years.
Kobe Bryant.
Denzel Washington. Why are you picking on people that have fell from grace?
Shaq.
Listen. Let me tell you something. So if you're gonna bring out people, okay, look. Let me list them out. Dwayne Wade. He didn't cheat. His woman gave him a break, and as a faithful black man, we listened to our woman. When she said, "You're on a break," he went on his break and he did what he had to do in his break.
That was pending.
And then he went back to his woman.
Yeah.
Boom. Okay, who's supposed to cheat? Carmelo Anthony.
Yeah, Carmelo.
He's like 50% white. It was his white side that took over him at that point. Straight. His white side took over him.
Brother. Hey, school them. Give them game. Give them game.
I just let you know.
Give them game. Carry on.
It was his white side that took over him.
Carmelo Anthony is up half white.
Yeah, he's mixed race now.
He's mixed race now.
What are you
talking about?
It looks full black to me.
Can't keep looking it.
In it.
So who else? Kevin Hart, you see, the problem with him is...
No, sexual assault as well for him.
In borderline, it was a cry for help.
It was a big cry for help. You see his apology video.
Yeah, did you see it? Yeah.
Come on, man. The guy.
Apparently he was drugged.
Even in the video, he bust after like a minute.
Yeah.
Come on, man. The guy wasn't in the right state of mind, man. But you know what? We scolded him.
Yeah.
We had to take off his membership.
That's true.
And then Jay-Z. Listen, Jay-Z told Beyonce, you know why? Thug him, love him, fuck him, leave him, but I don't fucking feed him. Take him out the hood, keep him looking good. He told her, in Big Pimpin', he told her.
Teach him, give them
He
game.
told her that he can't ever fall in love. You can't hold him down. But Beyonce decides to listen to him.
And that other song, he don't like him, he don't wife him.
Exactly.
Like, okay.
You see, he's been telling them. As a faithful man. Being faithful,
truthful, man. Not just faithful, truthful.
Faithful and truthful, you have to let them know. See, that's why we have to. Everything's case by case.
More examples.
Well, I don't know.
Kobe Bryant.
Kobe Bryant.
Come on, man. They said allegedly it was this white girl in some random place.
Yeah.
Tiger Woods
is come on, man.
He's
the white side.
The white side, man. Come on.
Big.
No, the Filipino side.
Come on, man. Of course, man. Have you ever seen a guy with a black woman?
Yeah.
Come on, man. He's been in a sunken place since he was born.
Wow. Man said sunken place.
He's been in a sunken place since he was born.
But
shout out to my white Nubian queens, by the way. You guys are still beautiful.
White Nubian.
Yeah, no, that's a correct terminology.
White Nubian.
Everyone has a trace from Africa, so yeah, white Nubian.
We're schooling you today, man.
Yeah.
Honestly, this is the only podcast with my mouth has actually dropped.
Do you know what?
a few times.
Cool. On a different note,
Black men
I was having this conversation. I think it was the other day, and someone was like, "Oh, why do men cheat?" And I was like, "Okay, do you want me to give you the truth in terms of?"
They don't want the truth.
Now, do you guys really want to know the truth in terms of why some men, I'm gonna say some men, cheat? And I say to them, faithfulness to one woman is a Christian ideology.
Yeah.
So it's something that has been biblically written in terms of how you can be faithful, and being faithful is a sign that your sovereign ruler is God, that you respect God in all deity and who He is in your life. So if you don't have that relationship with God, right, it's gonna be difficult for you to see one woman as the end all and be all.
That's the biblical side of it. I'll now go into the more secular. So, in human history, 80 to 90% of human history has been polygamous.
Yeah.
The monogamy is very, very recent, which is the reason why I say it's recent is it came from, as I said, biblical Judeo-Christian ideology, which a cousin religion, Islam, is letting people have 5 wives, because straight up men from the very get-go, we've been in either polygamous or polyamorous relationships, and polyamorous is for the girls to let them know that they can have multiple guys, right? That is human. Basically, the way the world works is the guy who get all the babes, while you make sure you're the man so you can get all the babes. The guy who gets all the babes allows it can breed, it can spread his seeds, it can have more kids, his legacy can go on.
It's a sign of wealth.
It's a sign of wealth, sign of power. Yeah. And that is that.
You haven't seen Babaleko.
No, it's not the same thing I was thinking in the car.
Babaleko in Nigeria. Our neighbor. You don't get money.
But see, man is mad.
But it's a sign of wealth.
But I bet
it's a sign of poverty. You're waking up, no job. You're just like.
It's just knacking.
You're waking up, rolling. It's not a sign of wealth, though. Be careful what you say.
No.
In what continent?
In modern society.
Bill Gates, how many wives does he have?
In modern society.
Now. Like I said, you don't really know the ins and outs of Bill Gates for you to just make that statement.
Oh, really?
You don't really know.
No, really.
He's a man of great secrets.
Oh, yeah, really.
So you don't know his life. Man, his house is one of the most, what do you call it? Security served buildings in the world, right?
So his wife can be in the east wing, he's in the west wing.
Why not? His house is half his house is underground.
I'm sure even his security didn't know when he did that BLS challenge.
All I'm saying is that don't make frivolous statements like that.
My guy, continue with your polyamorous.
No, I'm saying, listen. Obviously, in the West, in today's society, financially, it doesn't make sense to have bare wives because raising children is fucking expensive, man. It's like 500,000 to raise one big-headed baby from childbirth to 18.
Only to tell you I'm moving out.
You're a bastard because you didn't buy me PlayStation. You didn't buy me PlayStation. I don't like you. I hate you, Dad. After you struggle and stuff. Listen, I will flog that boy. But yeah, so it's too expensive. But if you women, which people are in that situation, like there's one basketball player that's got 2 girlfriends, and they both.
I know what you're talking about. Come to carry on.
Yeah, like come on, look at that. They both agreed. Everyone there is agreement. Nowadays, there's this new open relationship everyone wants to be doing now.
It was rumored at one point that was what the Smiths had.
Yeah, they might do. But I'm not even lying. Open relationships are becoming more of a thing now.
Common.
And then they're saying like, for example, people that swing, you know what swinging
swingers,
like? They say they have the lowest divorce rates out of anyone because they let their partner know, you know what, I'm allowed to have sex. Like they both agree, okay, I can have sex with other people, but I still love you, we're still together. But as a man, I can't just
be faithful to just
you all the time. But I'm telling you, and you are agreeing that we're gonna go to this club and I'm gonna be having sex with.
So can I ask you a question? Personally, would you have an open relationship with your woman?
I can't because I just don't like the idea
of someone else.
Someone knacking my wife, and I'm sitting there watching. I am watching like a cockhold.
Yeah,
I'm watching one guy. I'm a small guy. I should see someone like, I was gonna pick up my wife and fly across the room. Like I won't kill everyone in that room.
Imagine your wife coming home and going, honey, I'm home, and you're like, oh, how was Brian? Oh, he was good today.
Exactly. No, but that's what they do.
Nonsense.
That's their life. But see, that's what I'm saying.
There's one thing Brian did. I think we should try it. Are you mad?
Wow. No. But we've been raised to think that's crazy. But some people, that's normal to them. Like they're like, come on, man.
Yeah.
Brian, and this is what men need to realize. Women, if you and a woman agree to be in an open relationship, she will get in way more than you. I agree. Women, a beautiful woman gets moved to you on average 10 times a day. Omatasi, everywhere from work, on the way to work, everywhere. So if she's now, you're together, she says, okay, we can see other people. She's already lined up to her.
You're screwed.
Why are you're there?
You're struggling for that one. Pictures of men. I'm sorry, on this occasion, pictures of women.
That dead man from 1990 that you have been chasing.
And she'll be like, I have a boyfriend, man. Shut up. I'm in an open relationship. Let us do this quick.
For every 300 she does, you do 10.
You become war to war.
For every 300 she does, you do 10.
Oh my God.
And you can't say that's equal.
No, that's what you call toiling. According to the Bible, you are toiling.
I'm sweating.
When she's been pictures of men and catching fishes, you are toiling.
I'm crying.
No, but honestly, like, for you to say black men don't cheat, I know. See, to be honest with you, if this was like a court
why
wait, hold on.
Why do you keep?
Hold on
why do you keep like attacking that ideology?
Stop using. See, you're using all these vicious words. Attacking.
Yeah, you are.
Embarrassing.
Because you keep saying
picking on. No,
how
what
do you
I'm
say
saying.
black men don't cheat?
Okay. What if we're saying allegedly that black men don't cheat?
Okay, thank you. That's better.
If this was like a court of law, you guys have actually convinced me. I'm not going to lie.
What's there to convince? Do you cheat?
No, I don't.
So what's there to convince?
You don't understand.
What's this guy
No,
talking about?
what we're saying is like in this room, I can say, yeah, black men don't cheat. But if you go on the outside, you can't predict what another man's going to do. For you to like, and you guys actually really convinced me.
Listen. All right. The reason we say that is you have to understand that black men don't cheat, but
they make mistakes.
Some of us are, have succumbed to the temptation of our environment,
patriarchy,
and that's not down to our inability to be faithful, right? That's down to the system,
the white dominant system,
constantly oppressing us.
Yes.
With vivid images of things that we ought not to see.
So the way to release your pressure is to release it on Tanya.
No, sometimes we do know, but sometimes we do fall down. But the one thing I love about Donna McClurkin says is we fall down, but we get up.
Of course, for you to perform the action, you have to fall down. And when you're done, you get up. What you're saying does not mean us.
No, but okay, I'm
pastors.
No, don't call me a pastor. I'm not pastor, bro. Don't ever say that in your life, ever.
Okay.
No, but it's like, okay, I understand you're saying, where it's a bit of a stretch by saying black men don't cheat.
I think it is a bit of a stretch.
Okay, I don't. Okay, to an extent, it may be. Maybe.
Jide doesn't agree with me.
Depending on that environment, depending on the background of that black man. Like, for instance, look, where did he grow up? Right? Did he grow up understanding his identity and his strength within his own identity? Right? Did he grow up, right, constantly being oppressed by, the society that he lives in? Okay? Did he grow up, being appreciated by black women, right? Or women of his standard, of his culture? Did he grow up receiving that sort of love? And if the answer is yes to all, then black men don't cheat.
And I too don't go. Confirm.
Look at all the places. It's true. For example, if you remember, look at Jungle Book, Mowgli, when he was raised with those pack of wolves. He thought he was a wolf.
Yeah.
So if a black man is raised, he's not raised amongst other black men. He would think he's a white man, he's a Filipino man.
He feels like he can succumb.
You are nodding.
No, he feels like he can succumb to that environment. Well, the truth is, he feels...
You man came with references?
No, but I'm just trying to tell you why that came is hashtag black men don't cheat. And for those of us, some of the black men that have been supposedly, allegedly caught, you have to look
I wish there was a lady on this platform.
No, because then you have to then look at the situation.
I wish there was a woman on this platform.
Look at the example we gave you, Kevin Hart. Okay, the situation looks suspect, right? Tristan, the situation looks suspect. Kobe, situation look suspect. Even Tiger, the situation look suspect.
100 women look suspect.
It's a suspect situation because you have to go, okay, where was his head at? Does he understand where he's at? And he was going through phases in his life where, life was meaningless. right? For black men, we tend to appreciate life a lot more. Do you understand? So, look, like, give me another guy that's allegedly cheated, and I say allegedly.
Give us.
I'm telling you, name. Because then you look at the situation and go, okay, the situation is a bit suspect. That's what I'm trying to say to you. Is that if they were in the environment that I just quoted, you know, it's hard for them to go, oh, that way, you know, black men. For instance, I use you're a great example of that. You're a great example of that.
No.
Are you not a great example of that?
Of
black men don't cheat?
I want to believe so.
You would believe so.
You said no, you're wrong, so I don't know. You have to explain yourself.
I
beg, explain. You said you're wrong.
So you're a great example of that.
Black men don't cheat.
Exactly.
I'm on your case.
And that's based
in this
on,
room.
Okay, that's based on what? Why do you say you don't cheat?
Because I don't.
Okay, what's the reason behind that? It's just not because I don't. There's a reason why you don't cheat. There's a reason why you are faithful to one woman.
Yeah, you've already said it.
Melanin.
What is the what?
She's
that's
pretty.
The reason. Okay. What else?
She's beautiful.
What else?
That can't be it.
I'm pretty sure it's
She's
more
smart.
than that. Okay. What else?
She's homely.
No. Get to the answer.
Get to the
I'm
answer, man.
What do you mean?
What is the reason that you have decided to be faithful to your woman? To just her.
Because she has everything I think I want.
Exactly. So your principles align, right?
Yeah.
The way that you grew up to an extent align with the way that she thinks, right? Her thought patterns. She understands you. She understands the way you can converse, right? So that's what makes you to go, hold on, wait. I would like to be faithful to this woman because of she hits all the principles, she hits all the fundamental rules that I agree with, right? She's somebody that I am aesthetically attracted to, correct?
Yeah.
So therefore, I can forsake someone else. And that's a tradition that has been cultivated in us now as black men. Gone are the days as black men where we decide to go, oh, hold on, we can spread that sort of faithfulness to multiple women. And to be honest, we used to be able to do that. But time has changed. Time has evolved us, and we have evolved with the time. So therefore, we now have the ability and the enablement to look to one woman, if she fits into a certain criteria, to then go, do you know what? I can be faithful to you. And we do it wholeheartedly. So we have great example of those as one, your parents, my parents, Will Smith, right? Denzel Washington, so on and so forth.
Facts, no printer.
That's right.
Facts, no printer. Did you understand?
Gentlemen, God bless you.
Amen.
Thank you for the insightful views on your politics side. First, we'd like to thank Jide for coming on the show tonight.
No problem.
Enlightenment on a different level, both on the political aspect of what's going on in this crazy world. And most especially, one thing I respect is you two came on game tonight. Especially you came with your references, especially with black men don't cheat. No one's ever explained it to me that way before.
Because you've not been a member of the Black Men Don't Cheat community.
Wow.
It's over. It's all over.
Yo!
It's all over.
He said shots.
It's all over.
Shots.
It's all over.
Shots. Anyway, don't forget to follow Jide on.
Follow Jide on
Don_Jids.
That's changed, isn't it?
Yeah, Don_Jids. Basically, they got me out of there before, you know. Got rid of my older.
Don_Jids. That's JIDZ.
And then what's your Insta?
And my Insta is J1DZ Jids, but with a 1.
No, seriously, you guys need to follow him. You need to follow him. Seriously, he's very insightful. He might joke a lot, but
I joke a lot. I'm annoying. I debate a lot.
Yeah.
I do everything.
Yeah, and don't forget to follow us on BigLoudMouth_. That's on Twitter and Instagram.
On everywhere. And please keep listening to the SoundCloud as well. For those who don't have it, we're on all platforms: SoundCloud,
iTunes,
YouTube, everywhere.
Leave a comment on iTunes, especially.
Yeah, and don't forget to subscribe as well.
And subscribe, yeah.
Subscribe.
All right, guys, have a wonderful evening. Don't remember, Oz still loves you.
And my name's Tola. This is Big Loud.